guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another video. From what you can tell from the title, Fallout 4, Super Mario Bros. 4, and Half-Life 3. Will any of these games be shown at E3 2012? I'm hoping so. In fact, this video I'm mainly going to be talking about the top 10 games that I'm hoping to see at E3 that I'm hoping will be announced and confirmed. You know, when I went to E3 in 2009, I had the chance to go to the Microsoft press briefing, and I remember Valve made the announcement. They showed the trailer, and no one knew that this game was coming, Left 4 Dead 2, and many people were taken back because it was just such a surprise announcement. You know, I think it's time. I had the chance to play through Half-Life 2 and Episode 1 and Episode 2 a while back. Loved it. I think the world is ready for Half-Life 3, and I really think that one of the big announcements for this year's E3 is going to be Half-Life 3. I'm totally putting myself out there. Probably going to fall flat on my face, but I think it's time that Half-Life 3 is going to be announced, and I think it's going to be one of the major, if not the huge announcement of E3 that people are going to be talking about. Dude, Valve even said no games and no hardware announcement for this year's E3. Dude, you're totally wrong. So look, I do know that Valve recently made a statement on how that they had no plans for any announcements, for any major game announcements or hardware announcements. But you know, I'm starting to disbelieve what developers are saying, mainly because it kind of put me over the edge for this, is a couple years ago, in 2010, David Jaffe said he had no plans, he was not going to E3, and of course that's where he made the major announcement at the Sony press conference for the PlayStation press conference. That's where he was there to make the major announcement for Twisted Metal. So when a developer actually comes out of their way saying we're not going to be there, there's no game announcement, I am very skeptical. And in terms of Valve, I don't believe them. I think they're a great company, but I really think that there is going to be a major announcement, and I think it's going to be probably Half-Life 3, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 3, it's been a while since that game was released. A lot of people are still playing it, love it. Of course, New Vegas was released recently. But I think it's time that a new installment for Fallout is going to be released. Skyrim was a huge success. And Fallout 3 and New Vegas both sold very well. I'm really, I would not be surprised, and I'm hoping that Fallout 4 is going to be announced and confirmed. Now, let's talk about Nintendo real quick. Super Mario Bros. Is a legendary franchise. That's really what I got into gaming through the Atari 2600. But it wasn't until I started playing the Super Mario Bros. Series that I really got into gaming. And not too long ago, actually, Nintendo trademarked Super Mario Bros. 4, I believe, or they registered a website. There's been a lot of rumors going around about this game. Loved Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario Bros. 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Just unbelievable. Love that game. It still stands through the test of time. And I'm really hoping that something special like Super Mario Bros. 4 is announced. I know there's all these different, I think there's a new Super Mario Bros., a new one that's coming out for the 3DS. Of course, you're going to have 3D versions of Mario in the future, but I want a true sequel to Super Mario Bros. 3. I think there was, like, technically a Super Mario Bros. 4 in Japan, or named in Japan, but I really want to see a Super Mario Bros. 4 announced, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Let's talk about EA games real quick. There's a couple games that I'm hoping to see. Mirror's Edge 2 and Bad Company 3. Some people are thinking that Bad Company 3, it's too soon, it won't be announced. But I think, you know, EA has had some serious financial troubles. And even though Battlefield 3 was released not too long ago, I'm really thinking that would be able to help EA, would be able to get the ball rolling for Bad Company 3. Get that announced. They might even already have it under development. I'm hoping they have it in development. And that's just a no-brainer. It's just going to sell millions of copies. People are still playing the heck out of Bad Company 2. People still love Bad Company 1. Now, a lot of you guys did not get the chance to play Mirror's Edge. Hopefully you have. I think there's demos available. But Mirror's Edge is an amazing game, and I'm really hoping that there's going to be a sequel for it. You know, one of the main reasons why there hasn't been a sequel, the game didn't sell that well. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous game, and it's groundbreaking in a lot of aspects. And they have talked about this. Maybe they're going to do a sequel, maybe not. I'm really hoping this year that EA makes a solid announcement for Mirror's Edge 2. So Platinum Games and Sega, a couple years back, they released Bayonetta, and it was a game that I absolutely loved. I'm really hoping that Bayonetta 2 gets announced and confirmed for E3 2012. Just the first one was just so phenomenal, and I had such a blast with it. It is actually my game of the year for 2010, and it took a lot of people off, but it just did so many things right. I love that game. And I'm just hoping that a true sequel gets announced for it. Another game that I would not be surprised to get released at this year's E3 is Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a huge Kingdom Hearts fan base, and I think one of the developers for the Kingdom Hearts series recently said that, yeah, he thinks that it's time, or the time is about right for a true sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2 gets released. We'll have to wait and see on that, but that's a game, Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, you have Disney characters, Final Fantasy characters, a huge fan base. It really is a no-brainer, and I really think it's a game that will be announced at this year's E3. So the PlayStation 3 exclusive Killzone 3 is a game that, you know, to me it seemed like it didn't do as well as it should have. I just love that game. It was just a great first-person shooters. I know a lot of people are burnt out on first-person shooters. But Killzone 3 is definitely one that you should try out. I think there's still a multiplayer demo available, or you could try out the multiplayer for it. An incredible campaign. In my opinion, it's one of the best first-person shooters available for the PlayStation 3. And I'm really hoping that a Killzone 4 gets announced. You know, at the end of the campaign of Killzone 3, I'm not going to give anything away, but it definitely leaves, like, you know, a cliffhanger, or it leaves where the story is going to continue on. And just a phenomenal game, Killzone 3. Hoping for a Killzone 4. One game, this next game I'm going to talk to you guys about, truly is a long shot, but I'm hoping so much. Another Sega game. I'm really hoping that Shenmue gets a confirmation that they're going to continue on with the series. The good news is that there's going to be, I guess, HD remakes, or they're going to re-release Shenmue 1 and 2, which is good. But at the end of Shenmue 2, it's like a huge cliffhanger, totally leaves it open. There's a lot more of the Shenmue story. Of course, Shenmue 2 did not perform as well as they had hoped, but I'm really hoping that Shenmue 3 gets back into development. It is going to be a little bit of a risk. I know Sega wants a game that's going to perform well, but there's just so many people. This is a game that the Shenmue series really is a series that fans are just hoping will continue on. Talk about cult classics, Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. So this one's a long shot, but I'm hoping that Sega does some type of announcement and say, yeah, we're going to continue on with the Shenmue series. Some people have said on how there's probably not going to be a Shenmue 3, but they're just going to totally redo the series from the start. But I'm not sure how that would be the case. I'm guessing if there is going to be any type of real Shenmue announcement, it will be a Shenmue 3, mainly because they are re-releasing Shenmue 1 and 2 for people that aren't familiar with the series, and there's a lot of people that aren't familiar with the series that should definitely check these two games out when they get released. And the final game of my top 10 is Street Fighter V. Street Fighter 4 has had so many different announcements. There's, of course, Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade, and I think Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade 2012. Dude, Capcom, come on. It is time for a Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 4 was amazing. Those games were amazing, but it's time for a true sequel. So there you go, guys. Just a recap of my top 10 games. We have Fallout 4. We have Half-Life 3. We have Super Mario Bros. 4. Mirror's Edge 2. Bad Company 3. Bayonetta 2. Kingdom Hearts 3. Killzone 4. Shenmue 3. And Street Fighter 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 10. Let me know your top 5 or top 10 games. Let me know what games you're looking forward to for E3 2012. And if you think maybe any of the games that I talked about will be announced, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and now's a great time to be a gamer. I'll talk to you guys later.